Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you possibly can. And to do that, you need to come up with the answers that no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. Now, first up, we welcome back Helen and Josie. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances, of course, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Helen, remind us how you know each other.
We went to school together back in Newcastle, and now we both go to the same university in Leeds as well.
And Josie, what happened last time?
Well, we scraped through to the head-to-head.
You didn't scrape by any means.
It was lucky that they got Hamburg wrong, and then we messed up on Marie Curie.
Now, Helen, what are your hobbies?
I am really into my music. I'm a member of my rock sock at university.
Rock sock?
It's just a lot of talking about music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Favourite band?
Probably Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, you are the Maiden, really?
Big fan.
And the other thing, of course, we need to know about Helen is she's a physicist, specialising in nanotechnology. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josie, a geographer, second year.
Yeah, I do a little bit of acting and stuff.
Do you? What sort of acting have you done?
Did a couple of musicals, a couple of Shakespeare plays, and claim to fame, I was in the last ever episode of Byker Grove. So.
What about that? You're in Byker Grove.
Yeah, well, I'm from Newcastle, so it's
absolutely
a rite of passage.
Well, you made it to the head-to-head. You did so well. I was looking at one stage like you were going to go right through to the final. So very, very best of luck. Surely you've got to be our favourite pair today. Next, we welcome Paul and Steve. Now, how do you two know each other, Paul?
We work together on the railway as guards.
Which particular line are you on?
We cover Lincoln, Leicester via Nottingham, Lincoln Cleethorpes, Lincoln Doncaster, Lincoln Peterborough, Nottingham Workshops, Nottingham Skegness. So quite a few different...
You forgot to mention the replacement bus service.
Oh, yeah. On strike days, yeah.
Oh, I just hate replacement bus services.
Oh, a replacement bus service.
Oh, you're on a train on a Sunday. They don't tell you until quite soon before. I don't know why, because they know that you might just fling yourself from the train. I bet people would, wouldn't they? They think, I'm just going to take my own chances, get their luggage and just jump off.
Yeah.
But you just think, am I going to get on a bus now? And weirdly, you do.
But also, it's always leftover buses from the 50s.
Yeah, yes.
You just think, there's no way this is getting up a hill.
Yeah. Is there a station you haven't been to?
Not in the UK, no.
No.
Every single station.
Really?
Even the undergrounds.
I've got one. Bisborough Junction.
Pardon?
Bisborough Junction.
No such place.
Yeah, he's good. He is good. There's a clue there, and there's no such place as Bisborough.
Well, there might be.
Steve, what's going to be great for you? What are your strongest suits?
In stamp collecting.
A philatelist?
Oh, no, I don't play any musical instruments.
Very good. So stamp collecting, that hasn't really come up before, but it might. Who knows?
Neither's the entire train network of the UK, but you never know.
Well, best of luck, Paul and Steve. Lovely having you on the show. Next, we welcome Mel and Pam. Now, Mel, how do you two know each other?
We met at a school dance in 1964.
Ah.
We got married and we've been quick-stepping ever since.
Now, Mel, what do you do?
I'm a retired school teacher.
Retired school teachers always do well on Pointless, don't they?
Yes, school teachers do badly.
Yes.
Retired school teachers do well.
Oh, thank you.
What did you teach, Mel?
I taught English and drama and a little bit of history occasionally.
English, drama, and a little bit of history occasionally is basically the subtitle of Pointless, and that's what we do.
I'm hoping.
Pam, I mean, what are you going to bring to the party?
Politics, current affairs.
You two are just terrifying.
Bit of sport.
If a Pointless team could be created in a laboratory, this is what they would look like.
And believe me, I'm still trying.
Well, Mel and Pam, it's lovely having you on the show. Very, very best of luck to you. And finally, we welcome Derek and Stuart. Now, how do you two know each other, Derek?
Well, I'm actually a pub quiz master, and this man started coming along to my quizzes. Through that, we ended up becoming quite good friends. Well, we tolerate each other.
Are you going to be quite competitive as a team?
Naturally, yes.
But you're going to be quite competitive within your team?
Yes, absolutely.
So if Stuart gets a low score, Derek, you are going to have to get a low score. Is it going to be that kind of a thing?
Very, very true,
I think it's more likely to be the other way around.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Derek, what are you hoping is going to come up, Derek? What are the really strong suits in the Derek hand?
TV, sport, definitely music. I'm a huge music fan. I'm a disc jockey as well.
Good. Stuart, what do you want to add to that?
American crime dramas is probably one of my strong points.
OK, is sport good for you, Stuart?
I'm quite a sport fan, yeah. I'm not very sporty myself, but I do enjoy watching sports and learning about sports, so...
Well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He is the patron saint of obscurity. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Hiya. Logically, that would be Saint Richard.
Yeah, but you're one of those people who's dropped the saint. You don't like the saint bit, do you?
Yeah, I don't use my title.
No, you don't.
I just think, with some people I do. To get a table at restaurants and stuff, I'll say it's for Saint Richard. But, you know, family and stuff, just, you know, call me Ricky. My family call me Ricky. You know, always have done.
Yeah.
Don't you start that, though.
I know, I'm not. I'm going to stick with our dog.
Good. Good. Now, Mel's a teacher. Was a teacher. But you can tell what sort of teacher Mel was, can't you?
Definitely.
Just awesome.
Yes.
You know me, beard, bow tie, English, a little bit of history, drama. You know that's not a boring lesson.
In the film of Mel's life, I mean, if Gene Wilder's around to play him, I would say that would be quite a good...
Yeah, Gene Wilder would be a good Mel.
Yeah.
I'm going to be spending almost the whole show trying to think of obscure railway stations to try and catch Paul out. I can't...
Keep them coming, keep them coming.
Brilliant. Well, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning our jackpot, our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points you'll score, obviously. Now, what everyone's trying to do is find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people knew, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot, as Richard said last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £8,500. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is brain boxes. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our first question concerns scientists and their first names, Richard.
On each pass, we're going to give you the surnames of 7 famous scientists. Can you give us their first name, please? As always, a nice obscure answer is going to score you the fewest points. An incorrect answer will score you 100 points. It's going to be 14 surnames and all 14 first names to guess at home.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Helen and Josie all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. So we're looking for the first names of these scientists, and we have got on our first board Galilei, 1564 to 1642, Hawking, born 1942, Planck, 1858 to 1947, Fleming, 1881 to 1955, Pasteur, 1822 to 1895, Priestley, 1733 to 1804, and Crick, 1916 to 2004. I'll read those all one last time. Galilei, 1564 to 1642. Hawking, born 1942. Planck, 1858 to 1947. Fleming, 1881 to 1955. Pasteur, 1822 to 1895. Priestley, 1733 to 1804. And Crick, 1916 to 2004. There we are. 7 famous scientists with their first names missing. Now, Josie, you need to find the most obscure first name you know on that board.
Yeah, this is Helen's strong point. I know a few, and I think I could probably guess a few, but I wouldn't want to guess and get them wrong. So I'm going to go with Galileo Galilei.
Galileo Galilei. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Galileo Galilei. Absolutely right. $13. Very, very well played, Josie. That's a great answer and a great score. 13.
Yeah, began observing the heavens in 1609, Galileo Galilei. And his telescopes, or his instruments at that point, only magnified by 20 times.
Paul.
Right, I'm going to go for Fleming, Alexander.
OK, you're going to go for Alexander Fleming. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. 42 for Alexander Fleming.
Yeah, well played, Paul. It's a fairly big score, though, isn't it? The discoverer of penicillin. The temptation when you see Fleming is to say Ian, isn't it? 9 of our 100 people answered Ian to that question.
Now then, Pam.
I'm going to go with Pasteur, Louis.
Louis Pasteur, says Pam. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Absolutely right. 60. There's a high score. Louis Pasteur.
Yeah, our 100 people know their scientists, don't they? Did all sorts of things, Louis Pasteur, but most famously created the process of pasteurisation.
Derek, you're the last person to have this board. Talk us through it.
Well, Planck, Priestley and Crick, I have absolutely no idea. So I know it's going to be a big scorer, but I'm going to have to go for Hawking and Stephen Hawking.
You're going for Hawking. Stephen, says Derek. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said Stephen Hawking. It's right. Wow, 58. Wow. So Stephen Hawking scores less than Louis Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur, I know, amazing, isn't it? But you would have put money on him being the highest scorer on that board, I think. Let's go through the rest of the board. Max Planck, he would have scored you 11. And Crick is Francis Crick. He discovered the molecular structure of DNA. He would have scored you 2 points. The best answer, despite the enormity of what he achieved. And Priestley is the man who discovered oxygen, Priestley, which is not bad.
Clever man.
Yeah, he called it dephlogisticated air. Didn't really catch on.
Really clever man.
Yeah. Wow. And he was Joseph Priestley.
Oh, he was Joseph?
Joseph Priestley, yeah, he was Joseph. So Francis Crick, actually the best answer on the board.
Oh, just take a bit of defloxicated air there.
It's dephlogisticated?
Just take a bit of dephlogisticated air there.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before him,
yeah,
no one could breathe.
Presumably, this was just something he stumbled on by accident when he was trying to turn a bit of bird droppings into gold or something.
Yeah. He was mowing the lawn one day and took a breath of air and coughed up some oxygen. He went, hold on.
Wow, hang on. Because all this...
That doesn't look like phlogisticated air.
Stuff, no. Clever man.
Named, but do you know who gave it the name oxygen?
No.
Jean-Michel Jarre.
OK, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Josie and Helen ahead by a long way. 13, a lovely low score. Then we go from there, quite a hike up to 42, where we find Paul and Steve. From there up to 58, where we find Derek and Stuart. And then just a up from there to 60, where we find Pam and Mel. So, yes, Mel, we need a good low score from you in the next pass to make sure you remain with us at the end of the round. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more scientists on the board, and here they are, surnames only. Babbage, 1791 to 1871. Newton, 1642 to 1727. Franklin, 1706 to 1790. Hubble, 1889 to 1953. Mendel, 1822 to 1884. Jenner, 1749 to 1823. And Edison, 1847 to 1931. I'll read those all one last time. Babbage, 1791 to 1871. Newton, 1642 to 1727. Franklin, 1706 to 1790. Hubble, 1889 to 1953. Mendel, 1822 to 1884. Jenner, 1749 to 1823. And Edison, 1847 to 1931. Now, remember, we're looking for the first names of these scientists, and as ever, Stuart, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. The high scorers on 60 are Mel and Pam. You're on 58, so if you can score 1 or less, Stuart, you will avoid becoming the new high scorers.
Board doesn't look very good to me at all. There's 1 or 2 I know, but I think they'll probably be high scorers, so... I'm going to take a punt and say Francis Jenner.
Francis Jenner. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. There is your red line right at the bottom of the column. Oh, bad luck, Stuart. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which scores you 100 points. That takes your total up to 158. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Stuart, I suppose you had to take a risk there, but an incorrect answer. I'll give you the right answer at the end of the pass.
OK, thanks, Richard. Now then, Mel. The high scorers are now Stuart and Derek on 158. You're on 60. A score of 97 or less will keep you in the game.
Thanks very much. It's a science board and I'm an arts man, but playing it safe, Newton, Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, says Mel. Isaac Newton, here is your red line. Get below that, you're through to the next round. Let's see how many people said Isaac Newton. Absolutely right. 73. It's a high score, but you are through to the next round. 133 is your total.
Well done, Mel. Of course, regarded as one of the greatest scientists of all time. He was also very briefly an MP.
OK, thanks, Richard. Steve, I've got great news for you. You are in round 2, whatever happens. Even if you score 100 points, you are in round 2. You won't overtake Stuart and Derek's high score of 158. Bearing that in mind, see if you can give us an answer from this board.
I think I know a couple. And I don't really want to guess on the others because I wouldn't know. Edison, Thomas.
Thomas Edison, says Steve. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. No red line for you. You're already through. Absolutely right. 49 takes your total up to 91.
Well done, Steve. Thomas Edison had a world record 1,093 patents.
They must have loved him at the patent office. Now then, good news for you, Helen, also. You are through to the next round. Take us through the board. Fill in all the blanks.
I think Jenner's was called Edward Jenner, but I'm not sure. Mendel, I don't have a clue what his name was, but I know he played with peas. That was what he did.
He played with peas?
He did genetics with peas, if I remember rightly, and he was a monk, I think. I might be wrong. I think Hubble's Edwin, and Franklin's obviously Benjamin. But I think I've never heard of Babbage, so I think I'm just going to, seeing as we're already through, I'm just going to risk it and try and get a pointless answer. And go for James, maybe?
James Babbage?
Yeah.
Good for you. Let's see. James Babbage, is it right? How many people said it? No, wouldn't that be great if that had been right? And almost certainly, if you haven't heard of Babbage, he must be pointless. Unfortunately, though, an incorrect answer scores you the maximum of 100 points. Couldn't matter less, though. You're through to the next round anyway, but your total is 113. Richard.
No, Babbage, actually, very much the forefather of all computing. He invented all sorts of automated calculating machines and things like that. Charles Babbage. I would have scored you 15 points, so far from pointless. You were right about Franklin. It's Benjamin. That would have scored you 35. You're right about Hubble as well, which would be a much better answer. Edwin Hubble would have scored 6 points. You're right about Jenner, Edward Jenner, 13 points. And Mendel, you're right about the peas and genetic experiments and stuff. His name is Gregor. Gregor Mendel would have scored you 3 points. That's the best answer on the board. Born Johann Mendel, so we'd have accepted that as well, but Gregor Mendel.
Did he change it? Because there was already a scientist called Johann Mendel. He had to change it.
Yeah, he had to change it, yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, Stuart and Derek, it is you. Jenner was tough. But did you know any of the other ones on the board?
Did. Charles Babbage was one I was looking at, but I thought that would have been a lot higher than it was, so that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. Well, you did the right thing. You had a punt, and you tried to find a good low-scoring, obscure answer. You just happened to get it wrong, that was all. But it bodes well for next time. We'll look forward to seeing you then, Stuart and Derek. Meanwhile, thanks very much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, sadly, at the end of this round, another pair will have to leave us. So we have only 2 pairs left for the head-to-head round. You're all in round 2, where anything can happen. Our category for round 2 is animated film. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Shrek voice actors as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for anyone who's received a voice acting credit for any of the 4 theatrically released Shrek films up to 2012. They are, of course, Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, and Shrek Forever After. And this is according to IMDb. Anyone who's received a voice acting credit for any of the 4 Shrek films. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much, Richard. So then, Helen,
I've only actually seen the first two, but one of my favourite characters in it is the fairy godmother, because she's just so horrible. And I do believe she's voiced by Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer Saunders, says Helen. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. Eight. That's a brilliant answer there, Helen. 8 for Jennifer Saunders.
A good start to the round, Helen. She plays the fairy godmother in Shrek 2.
Now then, Paul.
Well, I'm going to have a guess as well, because I haven't really seen them that much. Can I go Eddie Murphy Donkey?
Eddie Murphy, says Paul. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Eddie Murphy. Absolutely right. 55.
Yeah, he's in all 4 of them, Paul, so it's a good answer, better than getting 100. Now, he was made famous by Beverly Hills Cop. That's the thing that really made his name.
Now then, Mel, the most obscure Shrek actor you can think of.
Racking my brains here. I think John Cleese may have been in it.
John Cleese, says Mel. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said John Cleese. Absolutely right. 12. Good answer, Mel.
Well played, Mel. Plays King Herod in the last 3 Shrek films.
Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Helen and Josie looking extremely strong on a lovely low score of 8 there. Then up to 12, where we find Mel and Pam. And then 55, where we find Paul and Steve. So, Steve, bit of a mountain to climb on the next pass. Best of luck with that, and let's hope that's enough to keep you in the game. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're looking for Shrek actors. Now then, Pam, the high scorers on 55 are Steve and Paul. You're on 12. If you can score 42 or less, you're through to the head-to-head.
I'm going to have to go with Anthony Banderas, who played the cat.
Anthony Banderas.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Says Pam. OK, there is your red line. Let's see if Anthony Banderas is right. And let's see how many people said it. Oh, bad luck. Pam, I'm afraid it's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 112. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Pam. Go through all the reasons at the end of the round.
Now then, Steve. Pam and Mel are now the high scorers on 112. You're on 55. If you can score 56 or less, you are in the next round.
I've never seen it. I'll just guess Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, says Steve. Is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right, Steve. And you are through to the head-to-head. Very well done. 39. 39 takes your total up to 94.
Was that a genuine guess, Steve?
Yes.
Wow,
yeah,
how about that?
I've never seen it.
She plays Princess Fiona. She's the main female character in it. Plays Princess Fiona in all 4 of the films.
Lots of animated films.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Isn't it? That's really impressive.
Wow, that's a train guard you don't want to come up against.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you have your tickets.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now then, Josie, good news. You're through to the next round. Whatever happens, you won't overtake Pam and Mel's high score of 112. You're on 8. So remember, we're looking for any actor who received a credit in the Shrek films. Have you got a good low-scoring answer, though?
I'm not sure. I know quite a few of them. I think you were thinking of Antonio Banderas, who plays Puss in Boots. I think Mike Myers is Shrek. Rupert Everett is Prince Charming. I know that much. And I think John Lithgow was Lord Farquaad in the first film, and seeing as we're already through, I'm going to go with John Lithgow.
John Lithgow, says Josie. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. No red line for you. You're already through. Absolutely right. Six for John Lithgow. What a brilliant answer, Josie. Takes your total up to 14.
And you're absolutely right, played Lord Farquaad in the first film. Actually, Rupert Everett would have been an even better answer, would have scored you 4 points. That would have been terrific. Not pointless, though. Pam, it's Antonio Banderas rather than Anthony Banderas. I can't give it to you just in case somebody else wanted to give the same answer. I'm very sorry. Let's take a look at some of the pointless answers, though. Amy Poehler is in Shrek 3. Ian McShane plays Captain Hook in Shrek the Third. Jane Lynch, probably best known as Sue Sylvester in Glee. She is in Shrek Forever After. Joan Rivers is in Shrek 2. John Hamm plays Brogan the Ogre in Shrek Forever After. John Hamm, the guy from Mad Men, perhaps most famously, plays Don Draper. The Ugly Sisters are played by 2 veterans of American television. One is the talk show host Larry King, who would have been a pointless answer, and the other is Regis Philbin, the morning host, and their host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Their host of American Idol, Ryan Seacrest, also provides a voice in Shrek Forever After. And Seth Rogen, the star of Knocked Up, he's in Shrek the Third. So very well done if you said any of those at home.
What were our high scorers?
Yeah, let's take a look at the high scorers. These are the ones that most of our 100 people said. These will be familiar already. Mike Myers, 32. Cameron Diaz, 39, as Steve gave us. And Eddie Murphy, top of the pile by quite a long way on 55.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, Pam and Mel. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you now. We'll see you again next time, and we'll look forward to that very much. Pam and Mel, thanks so much for playing. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, Helen and Josie, Paul and Steve. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £8,500. OK, you're now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The big news is, from here on in, you are allowed to confer. Well, Helen and Josie, you've been here before. Yeah. Only last time you were up against the prof. Yes. What do you think of our train guards?
Pretty intimidating that he knows it has been to all the train stations in the UK. There better not be a train question.
Well, on that note, let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns musical instruments. Musical instruments. Richard.
We're simply going to show you 5 images of musical instruments. Can you tell us what the instruments are?
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, here are our 5 musical instruments, and we have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 musical instruments. Helen and Josie, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
I used to play this, so we're going to go with C, the oboe.
C, the oboe, say Helen and Josie. Paul and Steve. Talk us through the board, if you like.
The piano and the tambourine are easy, aren't they? But I don't know what E is.
I don't know what he is either.
Is he a bassoon?
It could be a bassoon, yeah. But...
A bassoon.
You're going to say A is a bassoon. OK, so Helen and Josie are saying C is an oboe. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said C, oboe. Absolutely right. .22. Paul and Steve are saying that A is a bassoon. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said A was a bassoon. Bad luck, Paul and Steve. Good guess, though. Which means, after 1 question, Helen and Josie, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Do you know what A is?
It's a sousaphone.
It is a sousaphone, absolutely right. One of those ones that you can wear as you're playing it. Would have scored you 13 points. B is a tambourine. As you worked out, there's no point going for it because it would have scored you too many points. Would have scored you 77. Also
How
correctly...
many of our 100 people got this?
98. 98.
2 people.
Going
Two people looked at that and thought, oh.
I am going to say... It's not a triangle, is it? Is it a triangle? Yeah, 98. And now, do you know the last one? The last one is actually a pointless answer.
I have no idea.
It's familiar. It's a
what
ring
called.
of beads around a sort of hollow gourd, used a lot in Caribbean music. It's a cabasa.
A cabasa.
Cabasa. Did you know that one?
I knew it, yeah. But I didn't want to risk it and get it wrong.
Well, what about it? £250 to the already rather large jackpot. Very well done if you got that at home.
Very good. Well, here comes our second question. Now, Paul and Steve, we need you to win this question to stay in the game. It concerns parts of the ear, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 common terms for parts of the ear, but we've missed out alternate letters. Can you fill them in and give us the most obscure answer, please?
OK, here come our 5 parts of the ear with missing alternate letters, and we have got E blank, S blank, A blank, H blank, A blank, T blank, B blank, S blank, I blank, R blank, P, C blank, L blank, A, E blank, R blank, M, U blank, R blank, C blank, L blank, S. I'm going to read them again without saying blank. E, S, A, H, A, T, B, S, I, R, P, C, C, L, A, E, R, R, M, U, R, C, L, S. There we are, 5 parts of the ear with alternate missing letters. Paul and Steve, you go first this time.
No, you do. I don't know. I know.
Second one, stirrup.
Stirrup. Paul and Steve are saying stirrup. Now then, Helen and Josie, talk us through the other answers and see how many you can fill in.
I had to do a medical physics module in my physics GCSE. So the top one's the eustachian tube, the third one's the cochlea, the fourth one's the eardrum, and I've no idea what the bottom one is. We'll go for the eustachian tube.
Yeah.
Eustachian
I really hope I'm not
tube.
wrong.
OK, we have stirrup, we have eustachian tube. Paul and Steve, good luck. You have to win this one. Stirrup, is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. Oh, it's a popular one. So 50 is what you have to beat, Helen and Josie, and if you do, you go straight through to the final on the strength of it. Let's see, eustachian tube, is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. You've done it. Wow, 6. Very, very well played, Helen and Josie. Eustachian tube wins it for you, which means after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, but Eustachian Tube's such a shame because Paul, of course, has been to Euston Station Tube, which is it's that close. That close. Let's go through the rest of the board. We've already heard cochlea. That was absolutely right. That was scored 24. Eardrum, you're right as well. 63. The other one is a pointless answer, actually. I don't know if you ever came across it. The utriculus. Utriculus. Very well done if you got that at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, the losing pair at the end of our head-to-head round, I'm afraid, is Paul and Steve. But good news for us, we get to see you again. Steve, what sort of shirt are you going to wear next time?
A plain one.
No, really?
Come on.
I thought I was coming for an audition for Hawaii Five-O. Really.
Oh, you are, by the way, and you got the part.
You know when sometimes they say you won't notice the revenue inspectors on the trains because they wear plain clothes? I'm guessing that's not you.
Paul and Steve, we'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Meanwhile, thanks so much for playing. Great contestants. Thank you.
Thank you.
But for Helen and Josie, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Helen and Josie. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands £8,500. Your pointless careers have been exemplary, I have to say. You've done exactly what we like people to do. You made it through to the head-to-head in the first game you were on, right the way through to the final today. And I would say the odds are going to be pretty short on you winning.
I wouldn't get your hopes up too much.
We'll just have to see.
We did not think we'd get this far, even.
Now then, the rules are very simple. To win that money, £8,500, you have to find a pointless answer. That's all you have to do. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category. You have 5 categories to choose from, and they are film directors, funky music, football managers, the solar system, 20th century fiction.
The solar system or film directors. You would think would go for the solar system because I do physics, but I can't stand astrophysics.
I love astrophysics.
But she really likes it.
Like stars and stuff. Funky music, that could go terribly badly.
Yeah. Football managers, we don't know any past like 95. In 20th century fiction, yeah.
No.
Should we just go for the solar system?
Yeah, we'll go for solar system.
Go for the solar system, please.
OK, very best of luck. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many moons of Jupiter as they could. Moons of Jupiter. Richard.
Yes, according to NASA's official website, there are 50 natural satellites or moons orbiting Jupiter that have been named and discovered as of May 2012. Can you name the most obscure of those, please? Very best of luck.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. And all you need to win that £8,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Titus? Is Titus 100? Titus definitely a moon somewhere, I think. Io, we'll have that one if that's one. There's one made out of all of lava. It was on Things in the Universe. Oh, I don't know any of the ones. They're all named after like Greek gods and stuff. So
well,
can we think of any?
They're things that pulled the chariots or something, aren't they?
I don't know.
Titus, Io. They're ones that everyone's gonna get. I knew that we wouldn't know any.
Trevor.
They're not gonna live in the moon, Trevor.
Right.
More interesting if they did.
Greek things.
Andromeda?
Andromeda's a
comet or something, isn't it?
No, it's a star.
10 seconds left.
Icarus.
There we go.
Right. Should we go for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
OK, you have your 3 answers. We were looking for the moons of Jupiter. What are they?
We're going to have Titus.
Titus.
Io.
Io.
And what did we just say? Icarus.
Yeah.
And Icarus.
Yeah, that's a big guess.
OK, those are our 3 answers. Of those 3, which do you reckon is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think
yes.
Io, but that might be a moon on Saturn, but we'll go for Io.
OK, we'll put Io last on the board. Which should we put first?
Icarus.
We'll put Icarus up there first. OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they come. We have got Icarus, Titus, and Io. So we are looking for moons of Jupiter. Your first answer, Icarus, you might have just made up. We know who he was.
Yes.
But he sounds like a likely name for a moon of Jupiter.
Yeah, well, they all seem to be named, like Titus and Andromeda, I think. I know they're Romans, not Greeks, maybe. But they're all named after mythical things.
There we are, exactly. OK, well, Icarus, your first answer. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that jackpot of £8,500. What would you do with £8,500, Helen?
I may have promised my sister that I'd buy her a banger car, and so I don't really want to get the money because then I have to buy her a car.
Well, make it a real banger, and there might still be 8,000 left.
I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just be like, what? This much money? We're students. That doesn't happen.
Well, very, very best of luck. You deserve it. Let's see, Icarus, is it right? Ooh. I tell you what, that's Jupiter's loss. Unfortunately, not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. Titus and Io, you're pretty confident that those are correct.
If they are around Jupiter.
Yeah.
They might be around somewhere else.
OK, well, we're looking for moons of Jupiter. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, which is Titus. Again, this has to be correct, has to be pointless, and if it's both of those things, you will leave here with £8,500. Very best of luck. Let's see how many people said Titus. Oh, no, bad luck.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's Titan.
OK, you only have 1 more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now resting on Io. We're looking for moons of Jupiter. Your third and final answer, your most confident shot at a pointless answer you reckoned, was Io. To win that jackpot of £8,500, this has to be correct, has to be pointless. Very best of luck. Please can this be right, and please can it be pointless? Io, how many people said it? It's right. Icarus, bit of a guess. Unsurprisingly, incorrect. Titus, incorrect, but more in the right ballpark. Oh no, 19. Oh no. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, I'm afraid. But you do get to take home our fabulous pointless trophy. So very, very well done. Richly deserved.
Yeah, you'll have to give your sister an IOU, Helen, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's really, really unlucky. You played so well throughout 2 shows as well. Tough final category. Titan is a moon of Saturn, not of Jupiter. Icarus, there's a crater on our moon, which is Icarus, but no moon of Jupiter, I'm afraid.
Well, they call the crater Icarus. It's a bit tasteless, isn't it? I mean, it's apt.
Let's take a look at the pointless answers, shall we? Autonomy was a pointless answer. Kami, ukulele, talking to musical instruments. Hegemony, Hersey, Kaylee, Megaclite, Spondy and Taygeti. All of those pointless answers. Very well done if you said any of those. Any of those ring a bell?
Yeah, all of them. I mean, kicking them
all.
Yeah. Why you didn't get hegemony and ukulele, I do not know.
I know.
Spondy. Everyone knows Spondy.
Spondy. That's where we get Spondulix from Spondy.
Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Helen and Josie. You've just been superb contestants. It's been great having you on the show. I'm really sorry you haven't got more to take away than just the trophies, because you certainly deserve to. But thanks so much for playing. Brilliant. So Helen and Josie didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £9,500. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.